Alright, here's the second video. I'm gonna talk about the media here. Oh no, let me get a long video about the media. I won't say it long. I'm gonna make this short. We're gonna talk about the media. The institution of stupid. The institution of evil. The institution of falsity. Let me tell you about the media. Media has a long history of distorting the truth, lying about the truth, and ignoring facts. This isn't the first time or last that they lied about omitted details for their own benefit. You think this is the only time they look? You only have to go as far as Mr. Jewell to understand how the depravity of the news media has become. They ruined this man's life. He's probably not the only man life they ruined on a global scale of a lie, of faulty investigations. I made a movie about him. Faulty investigation, and this man was a white man, don't believe it or not. So that also destroys their narrative. You don't necessarily have to go back, wait for them to actually tell you a story that contradicts their ridiculous narrative. They just gotta go in the past and see, look at all their news coverage and see the breaking down of their own narrative. A lot of people who have been unjustly persecuted on for lies or misinformation. No side is guilty, innocent of this. Not the right or the left or the middle. Calling the media the enemy of the people is short-sighted, but they're not. They are self-serving people who only serve themselves for the sake of clicks and money and ratings. Pretty much that is it. That's about it. They're not enemies of the people. They just don't care about the people. They pretend to care about the people when it benefits them. It doesn't benefit them, you're not gonna hear about it. Talk about black on black crime, they disappear, they're ghosts. But if you hear a white man beats up a black dude, they're all over it because it benefits them. You think, oh, you care, but you don't understand that it affects them negatively. When you say, how does it affect me negatively? Take a look at the facts, details, and understanding that people are not dumb. They know facts, they know statistics. You may be able to distort the facts and exaggerate the details, but that matter is the truth is still there. The things you want to ignore for the sake of your own benefit, people see right through. You can lie your way through a needle, but you still won't be able to fit all the lies you have to tell, or the truth you have to try to ignore. Personality. Personal responsibility will land at your feet eventually, and it will be a giant mountain. CNN has been a biased news media since 2008. Probably sooner than that, but later than that. They haven't been an unbiased news network since 2008. And spotty when it before that. MSNBC, just as bad, not as bad, because in any other news network, all they do all day, they have nothing else to do. If it's a slow news day, it's to do the same thing, bash on their leader, and wish for their downfall. Praying for my downfall. Like a song, praying for my downfall. They're praying for his downfall, knowing that his downfall is their downfall. They don't care because it doesn't really affect them. They make all the money. That's why they don't care about the lockdown hurting people's lives, because they ain't affected by it. You still get to sit in their comfy seat and deliver the news because their news cycle's essential. They still get paid. So their family's taken care of, but nobody else is. They don't care about nobody else but themselves. That's why they can sit there in their little seats and talk and cry about how people need to wear masks and talk about how people need to do this, that, and I do agree that people do need to wear masks. But you need to have a standard that applies to everybody. Not on occasion, not sometimes, not when it's convenient, but all the time. That's why nobody agrees with you. That's why people fight against you. That's why people don't trust you now. We having trouble getting people to follow the CDC guidelines because you don't even follow them yourself. You hypocrite. You need to follow them yourself. Then you can see. Then people be willing to follow you. They were following you in the beginning, but till you started being hypocritical. Saying, oh, other people can go outside and play, but you can't go outside and play, Jimmy. Because those people are temporarily immune because I said so. Like you have a control over the disease. Like you got control over the virus and what the virus can do and can't do to certain people. Go hire an expert to tell them to say, oh, the virus, the people who go out and will protest are immune to the disease, but if it's a protest that's favorite for you, is oh, you shouldn't be outside, and you want to know why people are not wanting to listen to your nonsense. You think they're crazy, you think they're insane. No. It's because you're not living up to the standard you're preaching. Goes like this. I've been sitting on that. How can you tell your brother, let me take this back out your eye when you have a huge lug tree in your own eye? You got to just take the tree out, speck out your own eye, then you can see clearly enough to take the speck out your brother's eye. That's what Jesus said. And when you're violating that basic rule, and they're surprised because people don't want to listen to them. But what did he said, do? You said, do, they sit and see. Do as they say, but do not practice what they preach. But they do not do what they do because they not practice what they preach. If what they're saying is true on the face, do it. If it protects, wear a mask, even if they're not doing it, because it's the right thing to do. It is a wrong thing to do to wear a mask just because they're not doing it themselves. I know it's hard. Certain things, but when people start turning into tyranny, you might need to fight against that. But technically speaking, they can't make you wear a mask. They can ask you to wear a mask. They try to make people. This is what's going on in the media, is trying to make the government make you do stuff. They're doing the very thing that this government, the Constitution, protects you against. Government tyranny. The old Constitution was to prevent the government from being able to control people's lives, because they didn't want to be in everybody's life business. Because that's what wasn't the government's intended purpose. Government's intended purpose was not to be involved in people's life. It's for the people. Their job, their primary focus, is supposed to make it easy for people to run their own life. Not for them to make it easy for you to run your life for you. We got into an age of laziness where people don't want to do it themselves. They want other people to do it for them. The Bible says that it's your job alone. You as an individual is supposed to get up and help the poor, not the government. Your job is to get up and do what needs to be done to help the poor, the sick, and the needy, not the government. People are too busy wanting to pass the buck off to somebody else to do the work for them that they can do themselves. Even if they don't have the money to do it, they can do something. Selfish people only want to do what's good for them. by ignoring their own issues, by pointing the finger at other people. Truth, if you want to see it, it's in the Bible. See, those who listen to me know the truth, and the truth shall set them free. And Caesar questioned Jesus. He asked him, "What is truth?" He said, "Those who listen to me know the truth." That's a question you need to ask yourself. You see a Christian, wherever you may be, spouting off this nonsense. They don't know Jesus. Even if they did, they probably do have them. They might have forgot, or maybe sleeping, or they're not aware of what they're doing. They're buying into the candy that's wrapped in what they believe to be good, but they can't see what's inside the candy wrapper. Black lives matter. But first, black lives have to matter to everybody. Black lives have to matter to the black people themselves. First and foremost, and then everybody else. When it starts mattering to themselves, then you will see an outside change for it to matter to the outside world. Can't wait for the outside world to say you matter, and then try to decide you matter after the fact. You have to matter to yourself first. Protesting because a minority of people do something wrong, while the majority of the people are doing way worse. And excuses where they have authority, like, yes, but if you weren't killing each other, they wouldn't have to come around to arrest you, would they? Thank you. Pretty much. First, they there for a reason. They just walk up to you and start shooting you. Number two, they only called when somebody's breaking the law. So if you weren't breaking the law, guess what wouldn't happen? The cops would never be called. See, this is the crazy logic they're having. They're thinking, well, I'm breaking the law, but nobody's supposed to call the cops. Because they call the cops they're racist. Because that's sound logic. Break the laws and then try to cry racism because somebody caught you and you get in trouble. Makes sense. No, it doesn't. First, don't break the law. Now, there are what we call anecdotal evidence. Evidence, those things are the things that are exceptions to the rule. Those things exist, yeah, in real life. But it still boils down to personal responsibility. Exceptions to the rule. Like I think I talked about this in the previous video, where this person was interrogating me about an incident I was talking about when I got stopped by the police. And he said, "Well, how did that make you feel?" And I'm saying, like, what do you mean how did it make me feel? I'm not ruled by my feelings. I am ruled by my brain. My faith. Okay, at that time I still English. But again, I'm ruled by my faith, not by how I feel. It don't matter how I feel. It's about how I respond to a situation. I can either do two things. I can either let it fester and ruin my life because I got stopped by the police one time for questionable reasons, and I had to let my life stop come to a complete halt because one time I was unjustly stopped by the police. Or I can do something smart. It can do something constructive. And say, this too shall pass. But I'm not gonna let it have power over me. And then with a smile on my face, You know how it ended? No arguments. No getting beat down with a bullet club. No beat downs. I ain't get no injuries. I ain't get beat up. I get put in the chokehold. They ain't hold me down. They ain't try to arrest me. Nothing. They searched my stuff because I had a ski mask on. But in the middle of summertime, that would be suspicious for anybody. But I get cold easily. It wasn't even summertime. It's more like late. Okay, it was still decently warm. It's not necessarily warm. It's like near the end of summer, maybe early late fall, but more like late fall. We let it start to cool down enough. When it's starting to get, well, would tell you stuff. Do show you warning. Your spirit would tell you, like you need to like pull that mask up. That's suspicious. Somebody told me beforehand that I look suspicious. Somebody might come, and lo and behold, as soon as he said the same day he said it, so I got stopped by police. I should listen to him. Got a different hat or something, but I mean, anybody running down with a ski mask and a book bag would look ridiculously suspicious to anybody. So that I cannot vote them on. When he realized he ain't got nothing really. He's a Christian. Oh, okay, maybe he's not that bad. Everything went by fine. He ain't left me alone. They went about their business. No foul play. That could be almost everybody's experience if they did exactly that. What do we always find in these cases? They always got to give them the fight with them. They always got to fight with them. Even if they're not physically fighting with them, they verbally fighting with them. That's not the time to do it. When you get to court, okay, get through it, you get to court. And then you can ask all your questions you want to ask. Why you were arrested, why you were booked, why it stopped you. Ask all those questions then when you at court. And that's if you decide to go to trial. But make the minute easy to get through it, you'll be fine. Most of the time. People tend to ignore certain details, ignore the fact that rich black people can get off on crime just as much well as a white person can. Because there's no, well, you ask them where the evidence of this is. Where you ask them, where's the evidence of a rich black person getting time versus a white rich person not getting time? You ask them to provide proof that somebody who has equal economic standings of different race and the black rich person got jail time and the white rich person didn't. They're not going to be able to find one. Not recently. Might find one 20, 100 years ago, but they're not going to find a recent one. Each case is different. Every case has a different element that determines their sentencing. It's not just based just on the crime alone. It's based off history. Believe it or not, your history makes a difference. You have served 1 billion times in jail versus never been into jail. You might get a different sentence. Somebody who's never been to jail might get a different sentence than somebody who's been in jail a whole bunch. I'm just saying. A black person who has economic change in his pocket might get off on a light sentence versus somebody who's broke and can't afford a lawyer. Okay, it's all about the Benjamins, babe. Oh. Ask LeBron, has he ever been in trouble for in his life? And if they get off with his money, he probably would be able to. So stop playing the games. Speaking of LeBron James, he went out tomorrow and beat up somebody. Don't have to be anybody, just anybody. Once he'll probably get maybe 8 years, maybe 5, maybe not even that. 2. I'm gonna give it 2 because he's famous. You got Ed the Famous in it, and then he has a lot of money and he has social clout. I mean, Not only would he probably get off because he's black, nowadays you'll probably get off because you're black, but technically speaking, if any time letting him go out and beat somebody up, he'll probably get off if he ever gets charged. Isn't that racist? Because you can't compare now, because every time you can't compare now. They made it impossible to make compare and contrast because now you burning evidence, destroying evidence by changing this, that it's changing what's that status quo, because that's kind of irrelevant because people are ignoring certain details to propagate the narrative that they're victims. Okay, ignoring certain details, that compounding factors that go into the root causes of problems in the world, not just in America, in the world. Single households. I'm from a single household, but you don't see me going to jail. I am one of those people of 1,000 people, evidence, a very few thousand of people, sections of single home people who didn't end up going to jail. This is the problem with statistics. You can't rely on it like a Jesus. Okay, the statistics can be wrong. They may be factual, but they can also be erroneous. Because it's human deduction. That makes it true. How do you know? Now, I knew I did do some bad things that probably would put me in jail. So, because you ain't never get caught, don't mean that you don't fit the statistics. You just don't fit the statistics because you never got caught. And if that's in the jail for doing the stuff you did, that other people would have been thrown in jail for. I got caught stealing a drink from a convenience store. If this place was so racist, I would have been thrown in jail for doing just that. But they didn't. He just told my mom what I did, and I got in trouble. He didn't have to do that. He could have called the police. He said, this boy was caught stealing a drink out my store twice. He didn't think I saw him the first time. I let him go by the first time. But he should have got me the first time, because then I wouldn't have done it the second time. But because he let me get out the first time, I thought I could get away. The man was watching me the whole time. He did. I saw you do it the first time. Honestly, I just let you get by. I took a donut at a store. Yeah, I'm probably a thief. Thieving hands. That other matter is this. People in this world will let you get away with nonsense, but it won't happen in that life. Don't think that's because you got away with it in this world, you won't get away with it in the next. Because you're not. That's all I gotta say. Wait, this was supposed to be my media. The media being like a lying scumbags. They expound the truth, they twist the truth, they take you out of context, smear your name all over the block because they don't like you. I said the president's first mistake was making enemies of the media, because I predicted they would do exactly what they're doing right now. They're egomaniacs. The moment you criticize them, the moment they come at you like a shark, an angry shark, out for blood, because you punched them in his nose, and now they're angry at you because you punched them in the nose. Now he's bringing all of his friends to come and eat you up. This is what's happening to the president now. The sharks are attempting to try to devour him because he had the audacity to punch them in the nose. He had the audacity to punch them in the nose. Now they're mad, even more mad, and more in their frenzy. So everything he does good, they say the opposite. When he does something bad, they just reinforce it and exaggerate it. If he says something helpful, they say the opposite. If he says something unhelpful, they just exaggerate it. You get the point. He can't win for losing. He can cure cancer. He said they should have done. He should have cured cancer yesterday. He must have always do the cure. He could have cured AIDS, and they would have said he should have known. He must have had AIDS cured the whole time and was hiding it because conspiracy theory. Oh, he could have created world peace, and they would have said he didn't do enough because the world's not really at peace. They're just faking it. This man, on the opposite end, this man could have, like, the man can say anything out of his mouth, and people take it seriously or take it seriously on purpose. He's joke. He can't joke. No, he's not allowed to have jokes because if he joked, even the darkest joke would have been taken seriously. If he would have joked and said he killed like some people, they would have said he was a serial killer. If he said he groped 5 women in the last yesterday, they would have believed him, and then called him a sexual harasser and disrespectful of women. They would have took him seriously. If he joked about ice skating on Mount Rushmore and slipping and breaking his leg, they would have believed it. And they're wondering why people don't like them. They're surprised when they go out in the street and get attacked by people, random people. They're supposed to be, they would be like rooting for the radicals on the fringe of society, and they're surprised when they get bit by the bit in the leg. So, why are you biting me? I'm on your side. Because they're foolish enough to think that a rabid dog no cares about whether you're friend or foe. You're not sold out enough. So why are you taking me? I've been rooting for you this whole time. We're wicked because we think we care. We want to bring down the entire system. That includes you. You foolish person. Because you're part of the system. They are so foolish, they think they're going to be exempt from the system. They think they're going to be exempt from being ripped from its roots. If they sit there and root for them, they're going to be exempt. They're going to just leave them alone. They're delusional. These people really think the entire system is evil. And it includes you, you idiot. You're part of the system in their eyes. That's why they attack you. Because you were created and birthed from the system. The racist system they believe is racist. These media people think they are going to be exempt. They too will be thrown into the dogs. Bad to the dogs. They are disillusioned. They don't realize. You don't give the pigs pearls. The pigs, otherwise they turn and travel over you. Don't give what is precious to people, otherwise they'll just destroy it and then come and destroy you. Socialists do not care about keeping the current media in place because it doesn't propagate enough of the things that they want to be told, spread to the people. They go, Stalin created his own media circus. He ripped the current media circus out of its roots and replaced it with his own. Hitler did the same thing. What makes you think that the same thing would not happen to you? People are so disillusioned. Either they know it will, and they're trying to show that they can be, if they when they do rip them from their roots, that they can hire them on as new members, and they can carry on the next reign of terror. We show that we are allies now. When the system does fall, we can be hired on as allies in the next system. They're trying to get the system torn down. That's why they rooting for all these statues to be torn down. Disillusioned people do not know the truth. Disillusioned people will root for anything they think would benefit them at the cost of other people. That's how wicked the heart is. That's how wicked these people are. Have gotten. They have ungrateful people who disregard all the things God has given them to complain about the things they had to get through to get the good things that they got. We had to be slaves. So did the Jews. We had to go through the wilderness. So did the Jews. You know what happened to those complainers who wandered in the wilderness? They all died. Because they were ungrateful. Because they're doing exactly what you're doing. Doing exactly the same thing you're doing. That's why they stood 40 extra years in the wilderness. They finally made it to the land of milk and honey. But not everyone made it there. The generation before them made it there. Making the same mistakes they made. Crying about the fact they were enslaved. Crying about the fact they had to walk. Crying about the fact they had to struggle to get to something good. Because it wasn't easily given to them. Trying to take the easy way out. Idle. Not everybody made it to the Pramana Makani because they messed up. For that very reason, they didn't make it. Most didn't make it to the promised land. Most didn't make it to the promised land because of the ungratefulness, the sinfulness. In the same way, this generation sees not same results, similar results. We're seeing people stop being taken from us on the daily. Aunt Jemima. They rebranded Aunt Jemima for no reason whatsoever because there's a black chick on the cover. Wouldn't that be considered racist just by removing it by itself? Uncle Ben, real people, people who came from nothing, built their company up from scratch to be on the cover of their own syrup bottle. Just for their company to turn their back on them and take their name, their face off their own brand. Because somebody claimed it was racist. What? Because they're ignorant and don't know the background or history of the birth of the person on the syrup bottle. They don't get about to educate themselves first. They just assume it's a caricature and assume it's racist. But how do you know it's a caricature and not somebody based off of somebody real? You idiot. I know. My goodness. Get irritated already. They want to move anything black related off the counters because it may be racist because it was made in 1851 or would have 1951 or whatever. It was made in a racist period of time because they think everybody in the world was racist at that time because there was racial unrest. And what people don't realize is that it wasn't everybody. It was people in power that was racist, more or less, who was controlling the strings of society and who's been controlling the strings all this time was still the left. The left has been controlling the strings ever since inceptions of the media. The conservatives never actually owned the media, never had control of the controller. It's always been the people you've been voting for this whole dang on time, who you claim is for the people. It's always been the Democrats. It may have changed a few hands a few times, but it's still majority Democrat. They got you believing that this country's democracy. It is not a democracy. It's a democratic republic. A difference. Because technically, if it was completely democratic, then yes, Hillary Clinton would be president right now. But it's not a completely democratic country. It is a democratic republic. Which means that a leader is not primarily chosen by majority rule. Which is actually brilliant. But it's to make sure people, one party isn't always winning. Because if they did it by Democrat purely, then Democrats would always be in president. That's why they complain so much. That's why they want to get rid of the electoral college. Because they know this fact. They know for sure that if they got rid of that country and they primarily based all their votes on purely majority rule, that the Democrats will always win because they hold all the key cities for those wins. That's why they clamoring to get rid of the electoral college. Is it because it's racist? Because it benefits the Democratic Party. This country was a threat to democracy. This country's not democracy, it's a democratic republic. So there is no real threat to democracy. Real threat to democracy. Democrats are trying to cheat their way to the seat by pretending to tell the people that their democracy's at stake. Democracies are a threat to democracy because we can't win on our own merit. We must cheat now. We must cheat. Brainwash. Do whatever it takes to get the vote. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. That's my rant for the day. Peace. Love knows best. Signing out. Remember, Jesus loves you. He died for your sins.